So the first thing I get from this chapter is that clearly Kishimoto does not like Minato at this point. Or at this time. Like, he clearly doesn't, because he is going to infinity and beyond to assure that Minato looks bad. Zetsu has the Kyuubi chakra, they need to get it back. Minato goes into Sage Mode. Sage Mode, which, by the way, did we get a Minato Sage Mode training arc? Because I guess I kind of missed that part. He goes in, he tries to go ham, and he doesn't even get the Hokage treatment. Because, like, if you see the way Tobirama and Hashirama have been taken out, Madara pins them to the ground with the rods. In this case, Madara's like, fuck that shit. I'm gonna swipe your last arm off, and then use that, and then what's left of your body to try and take two other fools out. That is messed up, Madara. Like, I know he's like the badass of the story, but that is so messed up. It's like throwing a kid off a wheelchair, and then using the wheelchair to take somebody out. It is just so ridiculous just how above and beyond Madara is in terms of power in comparison to these guys. It's crazy, and it's like, Minato in Sage Mode got owned, and I could just hear like Kushina like just rolling around in her grave. Alright, first question. Why did Black Zetsu fail to detach himself from Obito? What happened there? Is it because he's like a parasite sort of being that needs to be attached to something? Because that came out, I was like, wait, what? What? I mean, unless he thought that Obito was dead and that's why he could leave Obito. And then he realized that, oh shit, he's still alive. But then you see like Obito has his like Sharingan activated, which he always does, but it's kind of weird. Anyway, then Obito asks Madara the question that shapes this chapter to be a stall chapter. For the most part, anyway. So Obito's like, Madara, to you, who am I? And I'm like, Madara, don't answer it. I don't need to hear it. Don't answer it. Out of all the things in the Naruto universe going on right now, that I want to see, that I want to read, you answering that question is not one of them. But then he starts answering, and it's like, welcome, once again, to the Naruto waiting room. Speaking of waiting, you know, next time they come up with a cover, like, whatever volume this chapter comes in, instead of having all this shit in the cover, no, it should just be like a foot here, like a fucking foot. That's all you get. It's been 2 weeks and we still don't know who that foot belongs to. Anyway, the thing about Madara's speech to Obito, and I compared Madara's speech to Obito to that of Obito, you know, the things that he would say when Obito was a sage. And the thing I like about Madara's speech is that at least he gives you some very important historical context. He gives you the story of the sage. I find it very interesting that, you know, the whole purpose of spreading chakra to other people was for bonding. It was to form a connection with people that had the sage's chakra, you know. And it kind of makes a reference to the way that Naruto was giving chakra to like all these fodder ninja to protect them from the Jubi. Although in retrospect, that was a really bad idea, Naruto. It just really was. The point here is that chakra was initially, you know, spread out and given out as a way to just foster a brethren, you know, strengthen a bond between humans. But unfortunately, because humans are selfish, they said, fuck that shit. We're going to use this chakra to hone our physical energy and our spiritual energy. And so they became obsessed with power, right? And so these fights began, and there was just no stopping them. So when Madara hits like the point of his speech that talks about his solution to this you know, violent-ridden world, and he talks about how he wants to have a world where there is no chakra because that's the root of the problem in the first place, I was like, you know, Madara, I don't really disagree with you all that much anymore. Did I just get talk no jutsu'd by a fictional character? Because he's kind of right, alright? The only things I don't like about Madara's plan is the fact that everybody gets to be a mindless zombie and that he gets to be the fucking tyrant to rule everything. Those are the two things I don't like. But other than that, I mean, even if you remove chakra, there will still be problems. Just because, I mean, people are human and they fuck up and they're selfish and they do stupid things. It's really not a coincidence that Madara is one of the founding fathers, one of the two pillars that founded the Leaf Village. It's really not. It's just because he has genuinely good ideas. It's just the way that he goes about things. It's kind of like, you might want to slow down there a little bit, buddy. And it was kind of like this artistic choice by Kishimoto in showing like these parallels between like Madara and Obito, and Madara's like come here, Obito, and then taking it back to like the time where they first met, where Obito became his disciple and became Madara. Because that's all, like, Obito to Madara was just a fucking tool. That's basically what he was. He was just a tool to get his shit done. Another reference that you can draw from Madara's speech is that thing that was said at the Valley of the End when Naruto was fighting Sasuke, that when two top tier shinobi begin to clash or start to fight, like, it's like they communicate through their blows, because that is like a type of bond that's what the chakra was for initially, to create this type of connection. What happens next is kind of really weird, because like Obito sticks his hand up Madara's nipple or something, and it looks like he's absorbing part of the sage's chakra, because you see like the black zetsu on his arm begin to fade. The last page, you see a couple of things. I think it's like a comparison or like a parallel between Rin and Obito and Sakura and Naruto. So I'm pretty sure like Obito's going to turn around to her at one point and be like, you know, don't you let him die, or something like that. But the most important part is that like by the end of this chapter, Obito has the sage's staff. And I didn't even notice this at first, but it kind of looks like Kakashi did get hit by Minato's Rasengan, so it's like, holy shit, he is not looking good. Look, all I'm going to say is this. If Obito somehow manages to take down Madara, that's going to be the troll of the century. I mean, he could do something to hinder Madara. He could do something to weaken Madara. That's fine. Just don't have Obito take down Madara. Please, I'm begging, don't do that, Kishimoto. Leave that to somebody else. Or try to come up, leave it to Tenten. You know what's scary about those two jokes about Obito and possibly Tenten taking down Madara is that they're no longer jokes. Like they are possibilities at this point, because it's like nobody knows what's gonna happen. Mr. Foot went on a hiatus. Nobody knows where he is, and Minato can't perform hand seals anymore because he has no arms. What's gonna happen next? Overall, the chapter has some pretty interesting components. I kind of like let you know what they were. I thought it was a solid chapter. There was a lot of stalling though. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.